Well, one of the things that's quite important about tourism is that it's a very labor intensive industry. And so all of the measures that have been taken that we've seen really across Europe to try to support employment is really important, because one of the things from a rating perspective that's important to us is not the short term impact of these events, but long term impact, the long term kind of economic scarring, we call it, on the labor market, for example, the long term impact on the public finances, because of course these measures to support industry do come at, in some cases, a very substantial cost to the public purse.
We think about the future of the travel industry, a lot of bullish investors are pinning hopes on rapid testing, potentially changing the game when it comes to international travel. What is your stance or your assumption here around the introduction of new measures that would enable countries to allow travel between or across borders and, rid the need for something like a 14-day quarantine, which we've seen the UK government take on and put on various countries over the last few months?
Well, thinking ahead to 2021, for example, we think it's likely that consumers' lingering concerns about health and safety, whether or not there are any quarantine rules, or also the economic downturn. We do expect, for example, while the economic rebound next year should be significant, we do expect in many countries an uptick in unemployment, for example. All of these things can hold back the recovery of the industry.
Well, of course, because, part of the mitigants that you mentioned for a country like Italy is that they have a pretty substantial domestic tourism market. But if the domestic tourist is under pressure because their jobs are at risk, certainly that puts the resilience into question or weighs on the resilience to some degree.
Well, yes. And I mean, in this particular case, we expect unemployment in Italy to actually decline slightly next year. But in other cases, for example, in the UK, we expect there to be an increase in unemployment next year because of these supportive measures from the government rolling off. And then we'll start seeing some of the true level of unemployment that's been masked a bit by some of these temporary schemes.